In the bottom of the ninth, Mason Mainers would have a chance to come up big for his team. But over 2 decades earlier, it was this miracle baby's small size that stood out.
I remember from as far back as I can remember, my parents always calling me. They gave me the nickname Mustard Seed, just because I know they tried so hard having kids for so long, and obviously I don't know just the extent of just the pain and struggle that they went through since I've been alive. Their love has just been unreal.
A couple of failed in vitro fertilizations, and then he's a 15% chance that he'd even be born. And the fact that you realize all of that, you really cherish every moment.
And he was the first grandchild, and so he's just the golden child in our family and everything. He's just kind and sweet and always has been, and just a joy.
He got indoctrinated into Auburn athletics early on. When he was real young, we had the opportunity to stand on the sidelines of a football game at Auburn, and I think that just blew his mind, enamored him with it, and so football became a real exciting part of his growing up. Baseball as well.
My dad grew up playing football for Vestavia, and so that's the high school I went to, and so it was just kind of like, that's been my dream growing up. My whole life is I'd go to the Vestavia football games and watch the high schoolers play, and knowing that my dad played there and the head coach is the same coach that coached my dad, and I was just so excited to finally be on that big high school field because I loved football so much. And I remember going in to my freshman year of spring training, the last day of spring training on Friday, we were doing our scrimmages, and I think it was one of the last plays of the day too. It was like a 4th and 1. I was an outside linebacker, and I remember the coach telling me, like, just stuff the hole. You know, they're gonna run it to your side, and they ran the play, and I went to go stuff the hole, and I think I lowered my head, and as soon as I made the tackle, felt just kind of like a tingling, burning sensation go throughout my whole entire body, and lost feeling in my feet and my hands.
When they heard what he was describing happened to him, they told him not to move. They immediately actually put hand collars on him. They just basically collared his neck themselves in case anything might be wrong. They weren't sure what's happening, but they were taking the utmost precaution in that. They already had the EMTs coming, and the ambulance shows up, and they do all the stuff. They backboard him, they have him strapped down on the board, and then we head off to the hospital. And
I was being reassured by the doctors as I was going, since I was able to run over there and talk to them, like, it's probably just a concussion or a stinger, like nothing to worry about, and got to the hospital and lay down on the table, and the doctor was like, "Hey, come on, pop up and let's go get you x-rays." So I got up and walked over to the x-ray room and laid down, got x-rays, came back and sat down. The doctor was assuring me, like, he's had many stingers before too, and I'll be A-okay. And really going through my head, I was thinking the new Captain America was coming out that night, and I had tickets, and I'm like, man, I hope we can hurry this up.
I'm thinking they're just being very precautionary. They're doing the right things here, but I'm thinking, well, it's not going to be something significant. And once the x-rays came back, we had the ER doctor tell us the neurosurgeon will be in here a moment to speak to us, and that kind of rocked our world.
His face is just flushed and says, like, "I'm so sorry, like, I made you walk, like, you've broken your C1 and C2, and really by just God's grace and mercy that I didn't turn my head a certain way or look down, because any minor movement or any of that could have caused me to be paralyzed or dead." Because the doctor explained the break to be the hangman's break. So whenever people were hung, those are the bones that would break to make you paralyzed or to kill you. And so God's hand was just all over it the whole entire time. And apart from him, I don't believe that I'd be sitting here today wearing an Auburn uniform or even walking or being alive.
As a mom, and your son, he was 14, turning 15. He was a priority. He was it. That was it. There was nothing, and nothing else mattered. And so, whatever he needed, that was what I was going to do.
And at that point in time, you're not thinking about what my son will do in sports. You're thinking, will he walk again? Will he be able to feed himself? Will all these things go into your mind, and you just. And then you just are overwhelmingly full of gratitude and thankfulness that that didn't happen.
I wore the halo for 6 weeks and then a neck brace for 6 weeks, and went back to go see the doctors for them to look at everything and get x-rays, and the doctor was just astonished to see that the bones healed perfectly back and everything looked almost better than it did before.
And that miraculously God heals this kid that has a significant fracture to where not only he's alive, not only he's got full use of his legs and his arms, but he's able to go back and compete. They released him to any non-intentional sport. There was probably not a neurosurgeon worth his salt that's going to say, okay, you can go back and play football after that. Regardless of the fact that he healed completely, they weren't going to sign that release. But he was able to then focus on baseball and bowling, for that matter, and even was able to play baseball that following season and play it well. But we never imagined after that Division I baseball, let alone Power 5 baseball, would be in his future.
Man, it's the most surreal thing, and I'm trying so hard to soak it in this year, and because this is the dream, and this is what so many kids dream about, is playing for Auburn.
Mainers, then Hernandez and Weiss. Auburn tries to win it in the bottom of the ninth, tied at 6. High and deep to right by Mainers. That made to leave the ballpark. It's a winner for the Tigers.
I'm proud of the way we fight. We're going to keep scratching, and we're going to keep going. I'm proud of you.
Honorable mention, Christian Hall.
Let's do it again tomorrow.
Here is Hawkins Field on the campus of Vanderbilt University, where tonight Auburn opens SEC play in a top 15 clash with the Commodores. Yes, it's finally time for SEC baseball.
Competing on the road in the SEC is a challenge. A grueling battle of the best in the nation. Vanderbilt made that known from the start.
And tonight would improve Vanderbilt to 16-3 on the season, and it would give them their 11th consecutive win and their 8th straight over Auburn in this ballpark.
When the Tigers' offense came alive, Vanderbilt responded. A tough start to conference play means learning and moving forward.
Can absolutely figure out a way now to keep this thing at 27 outs and take routine when it happens and shut that thing down and not open the door. If we'll go get our plate back, if we'll be willing to outscore them and keep going, and if we'll be willing not to give them any more outs than we have to. That'd get us out of here and keep us on track as a club that we know that we can be, and we'll keep moving, all right?
Last year, Auburn opened conference play at Arkansas, and it didn't go well. The Tigers were swept. There's really no time to let last weekend linger because they'll face perhaps the nation's top pitcher in this series opener.
Just picked up his 51st strikeout of the year.
0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikes out the side.
That good of a breaking ball behind in the count, you are going to be able to be successful for a very long time.
Now it's even at 2-2. 56 on the heater, and this one is in the books. It is a grind in this league. Tonight was an example of that, a 1-0 ball game.
Losing 1-0 to the top team in the nation is a tough pill to swallow. Unfortunately, Saturday and Game 2 would bring more of the same. A top-of-the-ninth home run by Arkansas lifted the Hogs over the Tigers in a back-and-forth slugfest. Setting up a crucial Game 3 to end the series.
A spectacular Saturday afternoon for SEC baseball. Over 5,000 have come out to see the series finale between Auburn and Arkansas.
War, damn Eagle, baby. Let's have a day. Hey, 1, 2, 3.
Instead, a high fly, left center, Stanfield racing back. He's headed towards the scoreboard, and it's off the scoreboard. Jared Spraglock, a 3-run shot to the deepest part of the park. Diggs drives one down the left field line, could be trouble. It'll land fair, one off the wall. Edmondson scores, Stovall's in the third, and the first hit of the series for Kendall Diggs is an RBI double. Mason Manners leading off bottom of the 6th. Dossett's 1-2. Swung on and driven. High in the air, deep to right. Diggs is looking up. And Mason Manners with a solo homer to begin the 6th. Auburn has started to rally here in the 6th.
See if they can build on it. Pitch hitter here coming up.
And 0-1 to Ballou. This one rocked deep to right center. It's off the base of the wall. Stanfield racing around second, and he will slide into safe at third. Ball 4 to Hernandez. That'll load the bases. Nobody out. And Auburn has the table set. Another payoff pitch. Outside ball 4, and Gackle walks home a run. And a ground ball to second. Stovall over to Aloy. The throw to first is not in time. It's a 1-run game, and Irish beats out the double play. Huge moment in this game and perhaps in Auburn's season. McMurray sends one high in the air. Does it have the legs? You bet it does! Cooper McMurray! A 3-run blast, and Auburn has the lead! 5,000 on their feet. Auburn 1 strike away from a series salvaging win. He got him! High cheese at 95, and Auburn is on the board in SEC play. Our player of the game.